familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hey guys, Jinzo&Tonic here, and I just want to first start off by saying a massive thanks to the Goat guys for having me on their channel. They are very cool, I mean, else you wouldn't be here. I would highly suggest that you drop these guys a follow and a like and a thumbs up and all of those. And today I wanted to discuss a deck that I've previously spoken about, but I feel like needs some more love. And without this deck, Goat format wouldn't have been as amazing as it is today. Definitely some other person would have come up with it, but this person made Goat format great in 2005. I'm talking about Eric Wu's Chaos Zombie deck. This is an exact replica of the deck. I have a deck like this and another one of decks that placed first back in 2005, just to show my respects, and it's just a nice, fun, casual deck, and it holds a lot of history to it. So let's get into it. So the first card, Blackluster Soldier. Not that much needed to explain about it. The best boss monster in the deck. We go on to then the Zombie Engine, 3 Pyramid Turtles. This is possibly the best recruiter in Go format, as it can get you any zombie monster with 2000. It can get you any zombie type monster with a defense of 2000 or less from your deck. So the main targets in this deck are 2 Vampire Lords. It was limited to 2. This card is ridiculous. If this card is destroyed by effect on your side of the field, you can bring it back in your next standby phase to your field. Also, if this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can choose a monster, spell, or trap for them to discard from their deck. Just a fun tip, I would never choose monster because they tend to throw away Sinister Serpent, and then they get an extra card in hand. Just something to take note of when you're playing against people. Last in the Zombie Engine, 2 Spirit Reapers. These are basically your walls of the deck. Eric Wu chose these because he wanted to have a nice defense. Also, you can get them off Pyramid Turtle, just something cool to have in the deck. Also, if you take off damage, direct damage with a Spirit Reaper, they have to discard a card from their hand. Very, very underrated card. Sorry, underrated card. 1 Sangan, limited to 1. This card is to get your Zombie Engine, mainly the Pyramid Turtles or the Spirit Reapers, or even Sinister. 1 Tribe Infecting Virus. 1 DD Warrior Lady. 1 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. Basically, very good against Chaos. This card is used so much today. So much today in the current meta for Goat format. Very, very good card. 2 Magician of Fates, mainly to get back a Trinity. Yeah, staple in a lot of decks. Please take into account this deck was built in 2005. It is the standard of what Goat format has become. Yeah, the deck was unbelievable. 1 Blade Knight to start flip effects. Also another light for your BLS. 1 Breaker the Magical Warrior. Lastly, for the monster lineup, 1 Sinister Serpent. Onto the spells, we have the Trinity. Then we have 2 creature swaps. These will be used mainly with your Pyramid Turtles as well as your Scapegoats that'll be coming up. But it was always amazing to swap your monster, crash into them, get 2 zombies out, or steal their monster, crash over the token, sort of thing. 1 Book of Life. You can bring back any zombie monster from your grave and banish 1 monster from your opponent's graveyard. Very, very good card. 1 Snatch Steal. 1 Heavy Storm. 1 Lightning Vortex. 2 Scapegoat. These work very well, like I said, with the creature swaps. 2 Noblemen of Crossart, because we don't like face downs. 1 Premature Burial, get back your zombies. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon. 1 smash and ground. Finally 1 enemy controller. Onto the traps. 1 ring of destruction. 1 torrential tribute. 1 mirror force. These were very, very standard back in the day. In today's meta, you'll find some decks aren't playing torrential and mirror. Just comes down to preference. Then we have 1 Quarter of the Haunted, 2 Bottomless Trap Hole, and finally the last card is a Dust Tornado. Eric Wu played a 41 card deck, which would be frowned upon today in today's standards. I personally feel that, you know what, if you want to play 41 cards, just do it, man. Play 42. Like, I don't have any issue with it. But yes, 40 is seen as being more consistent. That was his 41 card deck. Onto his side deck, played 2 Mobius. He did not like back row. And I don't blame him, and I love Mobius, so very cool. 1 Jinzo, because burn was real. Didn't want traps to be happening. 2 more Dust Tornadoes. Didn't like traps. No back row. 1 Ceasefire to stop flip effects. Very good card. Another Kaiku. Didn't want Chaos to be taking over. 1 Mystic Swordsman against heavy flip decks. Shion the Mage. Very good card. Very underused card. 1 Air Knight Parshath. 1 Book of Moon. He only played 1 Metamorphosis. I personally believe that he could have run a few more, especially with the Scapegoats in his deck and the time of the format, but he decided to play with 1. Another Scapegoat. And then finally, 2 King Tiger Wagyu to stop most likely recruited decks. This would also hinder his deck if he wanted to go, if he wanted to recruit the Pyramid Turtles into other Pyramid Turtles. This would hurt him, but very, very good card. Onto the Fusion deck. Well, firstly, you got to have the tokens. But then onto the Fusion deck. I've got the majority of the fusions, as you can see, but I'm just gonna name the most important ones. So 1000 Eye Restrict would be the most important, for obvious reasons. Reaper of Nightmare, good wall. Dark Bolters, probably your most important one. They can come off your Vampire Lord, very, very good card. Stops all spells, most likely. Fiend Skull Dragons. Ryu Senjis. Darkblade the Dragon Knight. Jama King. Twin Head. Last Warrior of another planet. Gatling Dragon. Master of Oz. Not too good Master of Oz's. And then these are just the random ones that I have in. Fusionist, Flame Ghost. As you can see, they're Dark Blade Knights, Saints, and then finally King Dragoon. Yeah, so I mean, if you're going to make a fusion deck, try and do as many as you can. The ones that I showed you in the beginning here are most likely your most standard ones that you'll be using. And with that, I just wanted to say thanks for having me. Once again, thanks Goat Guys. Please drop them a like and a sub below. And yeah, I do have a Goat channel if you don't know. Please check that out below too. Also, I put in the description below, I've asked the Goat Guys to put in the description below the history of this deck and how this deck has transformed the Goat format meta. Cool, thanks guys.